going to solve multiple step problems. Number 5 asks us to solve. Here you have A, B, and C. So let's deal with the parentheses first by distributing. So 5 times x gets you 5x. Follow the arrow. 5 times 2 is plus 10. Everything else remains the same, so you bring down the equal sign, you bring down the 3x, you bring down the negative 8. Now you want the variable on one side and the constant on the other side. Always move the smaller variable. So you have 3x and you have 5x. The easier one to get rid of is the 3x. So we're going to subtract 3x to both sides. Okay, 5x minus 3x is the number 2x. Bring down the plus symbol, bring down the 10, bring down the equal sign. 3x minus 3x becomes 0, but no one writes it. Bring down the negative 8. Now we have the 10 and the negative 8. Okay, notice the variable is already on the left, so we want to move the 10 here. So the variable is on the left, so we want to move the variable. So we want to move the constant here. So we're going to minus 10 to both sides. Okay, now we do it. 2x, nothing happens to it. Plus 10 minus 10, that cancels. Plus 0, but no one writes the plus 0. Bring down the equal sign. Negative 8, negative 10 gets us negative 18. We have a 2 in front, so we're now going to divide by 2 to both sides. 2 over 2 becomes 1, so we can just write x. Bring down the equal sign. Negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. B. Let's combine some like terms. Okay, we have a 10z here and a minus 4z here. Together that gets us I think a 6z. Nothing happens to that 15, so we bring it down. Bring down the equal sign. We have the constant here of 8 and a negative 15. So we can write that here. 8 and negative 15 looks like it is negative 7. Nothing happens with the negative 2z. Let me clean up this a little bit. 6z minus 15 equals to negative 7 minus 2z. Okay, I'm just cleaning up the problem, right? So it's easier to look at. So I want to move the variable first. Okay, so I have a negative 2z and a 6z. The smaller one is the negative 2z. So I'm going to add 2z to both sides. 6z plus 2z becomes the number 8z. Nothing happens to that minus 15, so we bring it down. Bring down the equal sign, bring down the negative 7. Negative 2z plus 2z becomes plus 0, but no one writes that 0. Notice the variable is already on the left, so I have to get rid of the constant to the other side. Getting rid of a negative 15, I add 15 to both sides. Okay, bring down the 8z. Negative 15 plus 15 becomes 0. Then we have negative 7 plus 15. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That it is an 8. So right now we have 8z equals to 8. Let's divide this by 8 to both sides. 8 over 8 cancels, leaving you with a 1. So we have a z here. 8 over 8 is the number 1. Then we have C. Looks like there's some distributing that we have to do. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times 1, it is negative 8. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Bring everything else down. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the negative 3x plus 2. Let's look to combine some like terms here. We have the variable term of negative 8 and 3x here. So negative 8x and 3x here. So negative 8x plus 3x, that gets you negative 5x. Then we have the constant term. I'm going to put that in the blue square. Negative 8 plus negative 16 together, they get you negative 14. Okay. Bring down the equal sign, bring down the negative 3x plus 2. I'm going to clean this up a bit. So I'm just going to write it without the shape. Negative 5x minus 14 is equal to negative 3x plus 2. Okay, my goal is to get the variable over to one side, moving the smaller number. I have a negative 5x here and I have a negative 3x here. I'm going to add 5x to both sides. Why? Because this cancels, leaving you with a 0. Bring down the negative 14. Negative 3x plus 5x gets you 2x. Bring down the plus 2. The variable is already on the right, so I'm going to get rid of the constant here. So minus 2 minus 2. Okay. Negative 14 minus 2 gets you a negative 16. Or you can think about this as negative 14 plus negative 2. Right hand side, nothing happens with that 2x. 2 plus 2 minus 2, or positive 2 and negative 2 get you a 0. No one ever writes this plus 0. We have a 2x on the right hand side and we have a negative 16. We're trying to get x alone, so we're going to divide by 2 to both sides. Negative 16 divided by 2 gets you negative 8. The 2 over 2 cancels to make the number 1, but no one writes it, so it just equals to x. So there you go. Okay, these are your solutions on how to solve requiring multiple steps.